My name is Filippo Tagliati, and I am an associate professor here at the Grand Rapids Community College in the Visual Arts Department, where I teach photography and video. So my entry for 2015 was located at the Site Lab in the neighborhood of Roosevelt Park, specifically in Ramsey Street. That was a special neighborhood in the sense that it's technically outside the boundary of ArtPrize, but Site Lab is such an important organization in the local community that ArtPrize extend the boundary to include them in ArtPrize 2015. It's not the usual place, it's not like a museum, it's not like where just a wall where you hang your pictures and the usual venue that we used to see more in a gallery setting. So it's a completely different approach to the arts. It's like their big scale outdoor installation. So pretty much like by the time I was walking with Polament around the neighborhood, it started telling me what they used to be, those houses back in the days. So it was a very old neighborhood with like a lot of historical connection to the past. And I was intrigued by one of the, I would say, most boring building of all of them. It was just a side aluminum. But the point is, Polament told me that used to be the church until 1945, when a fire destroyed the second floor, and then eventually the building was used for other purpose. So I was intrigued by the history of these places, so I picked that building specifically based on the history that I just was told by Polament at that time. So the process specifically, once we settled for the building, I started doing some research. I just want to know more about this location. I also had the chance to go inside this building, and it was completely destroyed. Like it looks like pretty much like a bomb went off, and all the people need to leave like in a rush by leaving everything behind, and never has been touched for years and years. So the condition inside were incredible. Just imagine like a building not being used for more than 20 years, but with a lot of objects and items still left on the same place. We couldn't use the interior of the building, so I kind of decided that I was doing some kind of project in the exteriors of the building on the shelf. At the beginning we were thinking about projectors and projection. I got abandoned the idea for many reasons. So I decided it would be very interesting to kind of wrap a side of the building with a series of pictures that I create inside the building. So I went inside the building, I started shooting multiple days, I started creating my composite, and I create like a very long panorama of the interior of the place. And we printed this one in one of the biggest billboards, and for sure for me, but also for the company who helped me out with the whole project. It was 86 feet long by 14 feet high. So that was the billboard, and it wrapped the side of the building. But I also want to give an idea about the history of the place. So I let one of the side door open so that people could go inside just for a few feet because it was too dangerous, and for health issues, for any reason, can collapse the roof. So they could just walk inside for a few feet, and at the entrance, by the time you can see the actual present condition of the building, you could also see a video that I made with the history of the place as narrated by the father Stephen Croner. So Stephen Croner was telling the story of the building, and I show a video, a walkthrough of the places so everybody could get a sense of what it was, the actual present condition. But we also tell the story of the whole building starting from the 19th century. And Father Stephen Croner was very helpful in telling the whole story in English and Spanish, because that's all right now is a Spanish neighborhood. And so that could give an idea of the complexity of the project. So overall, great experience, and I strongly recommend it to anyone that has some art interest to enter the competition.